Well, hello guys, hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie. We're gonna look at Archie today, using, see if he uses a fake name at the school like it's been reported to be. So why not if he's faking his birthday as well? They never seem to be bothered or around that date. So leaving your son on his birthday, I mean, in a way, that's criminal. Well, I understand if they're very, very, very young, but he's 5 and he wants a party and his friends, if he's got any. So, but just before we go into that, I just want to say, validation. Neil Sean reported saying, so he's reporting it, it's made it to Neil Sean, okay, and it's reported that there's a rumour, do we do rumours on Neil Sean's? I don't think we do, but anyway, apparently Meghan and Harry had a big fight at the hotel and kicked him out and made him, wouldn't let him in, and made him sleep elsewhere, okay, and that was in Nigeria. So the carnage video stands, okay. So sometimes it's best, what we should always remember is that Meghan and Harry always seem to have stories that leak out later, not just at the time. You're not going to find out they had a big Barney, while they're on the trip, but actually coming home. So I wonder if when she was storming off into that car with the Diana clothing charade, and she was walking real in front of him. So I wonder if that's like the night before, because he looked absolutely shattered. And it must be upsetting as well, it must be. I think people who do that don't quite have that empathy or compassion for the other person. So, it's like you kick them out the room and you couldn't care less, as long as you're getting a good night's sleep, Meghan. Anyway, okay, so does Archie actually use a fake name for the nursery? Oh my God, it's true. Oh my word. How confusing is that for a 5-year-old? So if you're changing his name, then maybe there's something in it that she doesn't take him to school and that somebody else does. I mean, what kind of setup? I'm just picturing being in the nursery now with the, the supervisor or manager, and she's like, how do you explain that? Well, this is Archie, but we're going to call him this name, and somebody else is going to bring him, but you can't know who I am. Well, what happened to when they got in the car before and with that reporter and said, he came running out saying, Mummy. This just gets dodgier and dodgier. And I know you're going to say, the children don't exist. But obviously they do, because, he's going in under a fake name. I don't know about this, this sounds really, really unhealthy. What happens when a teacher says his name and he doesn't respond? What happens, when, and these are the fake names, when the children are calling him by a different name? That's, do you know what, really? I feel like this is child abuse. There's no reason, no word against it. I was totally against my grandson going into school and being told that he can be a girl for a day or a boy, and which one would he like to be? I mean, if that isn't just craziness, and he's 5, he's 6 in July, but, I mean, how crazy has that got? And I know somebody, my sister-in-law, she works at what you call a challenging school for boys and girls, maybe, I don't know, I didn't ask, but what she said was, I stopped at this, what she said was, well, basically, when they kick off or if they're naughty, we have to get them a pizza. I mean, what are we teaching our kids? They won't survive. They will not survive. They'll struggle with mental health. Will go through their roof for all these silly things that are being done to them. A child needs boundaries. A child needs an element of fear, you know, and fear. Yeah, they must experience it. You know, when they go near a road even and there's a car coming, that, you know, there should be some fear around that. And no, they've got nothing to be afraid of, because they can have anything apparently. How does the how does their teacher know this? Are they aware or not? I kind of feel this is off your head, Megan, you know, coming out with these ideas and never thinking. And unfortunately, some of the energy with the fall can mean that you involve others into your madness. You know, this is a card where there's possibly madness here, which we know. We know that this situation is mad. This situation is bonkers. It's as if to say, he's okay now, but what about when he's older? And he's got a bigger group of people, you know, where they're going to a school or things. Does Meghan, you know, does Archie have like a pretend mother who takes him to school? Do the nursery or the school believe that this other woman is indeed Archie's mother? Absolutely. 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 God, my God. Honestly. You can imagine, though, with all the stuff that they do with Invictus, African Parts, talking to Diana, pleading with Diana, manipulating Harry, you know, the Doria, the smoking wacky backy, you know, it's all crazy. It's all crazy. And I think, in fact, you know, I feel like this woman really does. You can imagine, okay, so a woman that's employed to look after your child, so you have that kind of bonding, and then, well, eventually she'll want to shine a light. It's the most oddest thing in the world. I mean, oh my God. Fake name, fake delivery. I think this will come out at some point as well. You know, I think people are going to go into this more. So it begs the question, if he's got a fake name, he's got a fake date of birth. Does Archie have an official birthday and another birthday, a real birthday? You see, the Queen can do it. You know, maybe she had 2 official birthdays, but the fact is we knew about hers, okay? So you had one for Maundy Thursday, giving out whatever it was. And I do know what Maundy Thursday was. It was when she used to give, in the olden days, they got like a gold coin. And now when you're a civil servant, you actually just get 3 hours, 42 minutes credited to your flexi sheet, okay? And a flexi sheet is, I was always down, mate. I was always down. I was never really up. But a flexi sheet is where you have, like, I don't know, 30 hours a week to be flexible with, so you can work more on one day and less on the other if need be. Or you could work flat out for 3 days and then get yourself a few days off. Quite cushy, really. But yeah, like I say, I was every month they'd be like, "You're down, you're still down." I went, "Yeah, but I was up in the middle of the week." So anyway, but yeah, that's Monday, Thursday. So she's got 2 official birthdays, and I do believe Archie does as well. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. They thought it was a very, very good idea. An idea you had to. I believe that, you know, is Archie 2 weeks. Yeah, it's actually 2 weeks before his official birthday. Ha! Look at that. I'm right. Everybody should be searching. You've got a fake name now, but definitely, you know, the date of birth is wrong. You're getting like within a month or so. So I don't know what date it was, whether it was somebody saying 6 to May, 6. So if it was the 6th of May, it could have actually been the first. I mean, I'm getting one, you know, up to 1 month, so I'm telling you, that his birthday, that's put out, and on that fake birth certificate, and that's what it is. He is far older than he knows, and a nursery, it makes no sense to me that a nursery wouldn't require the real identification and age of the child. So do the school know that Archie is Archie and not a fake name? So basically what Megan's doing is taking him from one school and nursery to another. Now you can imagine, okay, that nothing is good enough for her already, and that she's always complaining, and she's you know, utterly in control. And so Archie would get pulled. This is madness. It's not obsession, okay? It's madness. And the kid does exist. I have to say that. I've always said it, and I will continue to do so. Just because you saw a doll and him messing up on the 2 weeks, he hasn't changed line, doesn't mean to say that they're not there. If the royal family haven't seen Lilibet, you know, then that's because Meghan doesn't want them to, you know. She doesn't want her children being commented by Grandad, you know, which is her father, Mr. Thomas Markle, or Charles, or any of the other royals, you know. She's not giving her babies away for free. How does Harry feel about... So we'll do this separately. How does Harry feel about Archie having 2 different birthdays? He could possibly be wondering that he'll get found out, you know. I'm getting... it's been justified, you know, that it could be a threat from the Taliban, from, you know, all sorts, that it's dangerous for him. That's how he's justifying it in his head. But there does seem to be someone in the know, maybe a writer as well, somebody who's writing things. How does he feel? Well, maybe he's had to, you know, break the law, hasn't he? Getting false certificates, faking 2 birthdays. I mean, that is fraud, you know, okay? It is, whatever you say, it's fraud. Faking certificates, or even, like, adapting them, is truly, truly disturbing, and it breaks the law as well. When you say a kid's got a birthday in I don't know, whenever it was, I keep getting sick, so I don't know if that's true, sorry, but I'm getting 6th of May, and then I just feel like it's earlier than that. So when you're lying towards about age as well to nurseries and stuff, well, they need to know, you know, it's the law. Again, another decision that she has rushed into as well. So it could actually be the month before, which is April, isn't it? If we're going back 2 weeks, it could be the April. And 1 month, so 1 month ago is April. Yeah, I can understand that Harry is not happy with this. And I feel like William knows the truth. And I feel like another person who's older, I don't know if it's Tom Bauer, but, you know, this Harry definitely doesn't trust this person. So, and how does... that's right, don't trust her. Because he don't trust anybody, you know, he wanted it done in a certain way so that Archie can never be hounded or, I don't know, traced, or any nurseries talking about him, etc. So he's going, I think the start a nursery and then drop out, you know, when details emerge, like if you're asking for information, a birth certificate, or, you know, hair identification to the name. So that's right, the woman who's taken him needs to be passed off as Archie's mother, so the names must match. So you'll be getting some kind of truth of who the mother is, and possibly, you know, what Archie's pseudo fake surname could be as well. I mean, this is just you know, maybe when they get close to doing the paperwork, this is where Meghans so like falls down. It won't be surprising if in the future, you know, she does consider homeschooling. I just think it's madness. Let your kid go live, you know, let him have some normality, playing with other children and being told what to do and not being spoilt or anything, or even ignored. But, you know, bringing speech on, there's all sorts of healthy development that can occur in nurseries. Speaking better, counting better, learning to share with each other. Kids go through a biting stage or a scratching stage or a pushing stage. And so it needs to be, like, dealt with. And how does, so that's how he feels about the birthday, because he don't want him tracking down. And how does Harry feel about Archie having to use a different name? Oh, this is making him ill. You know, this is something new that's come up. And when, I don't know, maybe shortly after, no pictures, no photos, you know, Meghan coming out and him saying, Mummy, doesn't quite wash with me at all. Why would you go to all that trouble to sit outside, you know, and get conversations going? This may have happened with the first time, but she's been moving him. She's been moving him. And he feels like, you know, Meghan's out of her mind here. You know, it's madness what she's doing and putting him through. You know, she's got her own way doing this. She insists doing it her way, and she doesn't care about overcoming any challenges. And if you try and talk to her about it, you know, she goes off her head. You know, she creates a big drama, has a massive row. But I just feel Harry's not happy with what's going on here. I think Harry wants, you know, to stop this. It's you know, what you're doing to your child, he'll need a psychiatrist when he grows up. Now Harry knows all this because he's been a little kid himself, you know. So he knows what it was like with his mum and cameras. But she didn't give him a fake name. She didn't pull him out of nurseries and schools because of this, you know. It was all done properly. So now it's like he worries in the future how this will actually affect Archie. I see that Harry is the better parent, you know. Meaning that he cares more, you know, he thinks ahead more. He can see their problems, you know, for Archie. You know, what will be the outcome of this being for Archie? What will be the outcome for Archie? They'll get used to it, you know, that he knows who he is, and he knows he has to be called this name because he knows that he's in danger, you know. I mean, that's just child cruelty. Oh, you've got two names, Archie. You've got two names. You've got two birthdays. Wait until he can read. Oh, dear me. Meghan insists on doing it and there's no going back, and that she believes that it'll, you know, work out well in the future. It achieves the goal. In her head, she's got some really sad and psychopathic ideas in her head, you know. Why is Meghan doing all this? Because she doesn't want you to know that, you know, there's something else there underneath, and that all is not as it seems. So why is she doing it? To cause doubt. To cause doubt. Okay, so it just says, look beneath the surface, not all is as it seems. So we've got, so it's something else. Okay, so I'm right about Meghan getting a woman to drop the kid off under a different name. His birth date's been changed. She pulls him out when questions are asked and gets difficult. I do feel like, you know, because of this, it's affecting his development. Although I do see he's such a sweet boy, but he's boisterous as well, you know, so he's like, in a way, a happy kid. It just reminds me of, like, in the films where, you know, they have to have a new identity, you know, for, I don't know, being a witness to the mob or something more serious. But, so it's, you know, she wants to create a doubt as well. She's got a very, very dark mind. Very nasty, very evil. But I have to say, you can't be evil, you know, 100% of the time. Mass killers and serial killers, you know, they have moments where you would think they was normal and okay without, they might even do something kind for you, you know. And yeah, that's what I compare it to, actually. So what's underneath the surface then of all this? Because if she doesn't do this, okay, it could cost her dearly. You know, she would lose. She's afraid of losing more than she gains, so she might have Archie, but obviously because of the questions around the surrogacies, she don't want to lose, you know. But there is somebody here, you know, that'll turn on her. It's like if she did all this properly with just one birthday and a proper name, she wouldn't have half. Well, no, she would be in trouble. She would be in trouble. So, you know, if it came out that his birthday is indeed the month before, and I'm not saying 4 weeks, but the 2 weeks takes us into the previous month of April. She just won't stop. You know, she won't stop. She believes she's in the right. And she's, in a way, she feels like she's been getting away with it, you know, because nobody's come forward as yet. So it could be to do with, you know, is this to stop others finding out about the surrogacy? So we've got great changes, obviously. So she wanted to transform something. Was it to do with surrogacy? I think Megan just thought she would get away with this, you know. She'd had enough maybe of this situation and thought once she had Archie, it would all go plain sailing and that no one would ask many questions. Okay, so she just wanted to get this over and done with, and she wanted to be seen as the birth mother. You don't say. Yeah, there's working on this as well. So she's thinking after she given birth, all these surrogacy stories would have died down and she was free to begin again, which she did. She shifted from the UK to the States, or Canada first, and I just feel like there was a reason there, you know, why she had to go, you know, had to run away. So, you know, tell us about the person who is helping this. You know, I kind of get that I'm right and I'm wrong about this woman and the link to Archie and then taking him to school. Has Megan ever missed Harry's birthday by travelling? Because that's the official one. Message, young person, news and work. So, yeah, they do travel on his official birthday. And they have messages because a lot of people, so Archie believes that he has 2 special birthdays because the first one is obviously with his parents. There's no way she would be seen to not be there for his birthday, even though we think with the official one that, you know, she's not there. Well, it's not. It's because a couple of weeks before they've already celebrated, you know. And he's young as well. Maybe sometimes doesn't understand. Yeah, he wouldn't understand, would he, why he has one birthday and then on his neck where his parents are, and then on the next birthday they're not there. So even though he knows that, you know, he has 2 birthdays. Does William know that Archie is actually a few weeks older than publicly said? Well, he must have found out when they was going overseas, when they couldn't run fast enough. Something that cares after as well. So, like, when you oversleep, what are you doing? Yeah, he thought he should have. It didn't take as long. Okay, so it didn't take long. I think, maybe he found out these details after they'd gone overseas, Is Archie's fake is Archie's fake birth certificate, or how does the king know that Meghans and Harry's baby is slightly older than they've made out? This is really, really upsetting. He feels it was designed on purpose in a way. I think the king didn't know what to do, And I also know that the Queen was poorly as well, and that there was a barrage of attacks, serious attacks on the monarchy. Yeah, I feel he knows. It's like, what do we do? What do we do? Because nobody has ever done that, have they? I mean, I'm thinking in 100 years. So nobody's really done that. Where Charles feels is that, oh my God, what's going to happen? It's a nightmare coming our way. What's going to happen? And he was seriously worried as well about these 2 because of their mental health. You've got a lot of stuff going on here where it just looks like the pair of them are after heads. So I think, I think William found out later, and then he thought, well, you're over to the other side now, stay away. The king at the time just like is perplexed by the actions of his son and his missus as well. So don't forget, maybe they wasn't sure at all or knowledgeable. Every time somebody wanted to see Meghan when she was pregnant, she always made up an excuse not to go. Because, everybody naturally goes, can I feel your tummy? Can you imagine her? She wanted to avoid that. She wouldn't have an excuse, would she? What excuse could you come up with for trying to stop somebody touching their grandson or granddaughter, whether. And I just think that King Charles knows the worst of it, but would hope things would get better. So, just going back to it, why is Meghan faking Archie's birthday? Well, it's about the timing. But I can tell you now, she does fret about it, you know. She does fret about it. It's a waste of time, like, because she can't do anything about it. So any emotion she would have over this, she would know that she was wasting time. She doesn't have to think about that right now. You know, she can think about it later on. So it's like, I'm doing what I want. Get over it. It'll be my way. She doesn't feel worried genuinely worried about being caught out or anything. She just, like I say, it's her way or the highway. Or does she feel it's no big deal? It's no big deal, you know. The Queen had 2 official birthdays. Archie's got his. Yeah, well, the Queen's was definitely legit and out there for everybody to know. We all knew she had 2 separate occasions. The way Harry and Meghan have carried on is that, you know, they've been deceitful and crazy. And that she won't have it any other way. It's from one to another, you know. You see, this is the thing, how she represents herself with all the businesses and the people she offends and the bullying and the lack of self-awareness and lack of compassion, lack of empathy, you know, making people cry, using children, you know. I mean, truly, truly awful things. And she couldn't really care less. How does Meghan feel about using a different name of Archie? She believes it'll work. You know, she believes it'll work. She believes that she can just, like, explain to Archie. I mean, right now he will be taking things in. He can certainly not say a sentence. A child, Lilibet, you know, this 2-year-old, did she really say, make a speech to her mother saying, you know, I see me in you, or I see you in me? Because at 2 years old, I can tell you, my granddaughter, she looks in the mirror and so like does a rattle or makes a movement, but I'm not sure she is fully recognising herself, you know. She's just testing it to see if they move, you know. And certainly there's no way my granddaughter could tell you that, you know, such a complex sentence and way of thinking, you know, I can see you in me. Or I can see me in you. Let's have a look. Did Lilibet really say that? Absolutely not, you know, absolutely not. She's got a limited vocabulary, you know. I mean, kids, you know, do start talking and everything, but even my grandchild, who was 3, he says things and he can put short sentences together. Normally, it's something like, no, Nana, no, Nana, no, Nana, no, Nana, you can't do that. I want to keep on swimming. You know, it's, no, Nana, come on, you're getting out. No, Nana, no, Nana. And that's it, you know. Naughty Nana, or he says his name and he wants to know if something there is his. He'll say his name and then, you know, pick up the toy and he'll say his name, bless him. So, you know, no, there's no way, no freaking way that Ben said that. But, you know, I mean, it's on par with Archie saying, you know, something about crocodiles. His first word is crocodiles and, I don't know, Nana Diana, whatever it was. Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it. And yeah, I do. I have, in my hallway, I have loads of pictures of the children over the years. And it's like I call it a living wall. And so when I'm taking the grandbairns down, You know, we're looking at him and he'll say, Mommy, or Grandad, or Daddy, and then I'll tell him other names of it, like his aunties and everything. And so, you know, they can try and point out, although, bless him, a few times he's thought Nana was Mummy. But Daddy's Mummy, that's what I am, Daddy's Mummy. But yeah, so there's just no way that kind of bullshit rests with me, or anybody else who you know, currently has a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. It's hard. I mean, a 5-year-old, oh yes, they can talk a lot, but at the ages when she was saying this, they wouldn't have been able to. So why is Meghan using a fake name for Archie? Because people don't give up and they want to know, and she can't escape the situation. You know, she's unable to get out of something that's been brewing and ongoing for quite some time regarding the surrogacies. You know, we all suspect or believe, actually. And so, yeah, she can't get away with that. She can't get away. She can't escape it, but she's trying to avoid it by doing these things. Okay, so who is the woman who, you know, drops off Archie? Who is it? Somebody who doesn't want to because they see a journey delayed. Somebody, you know, who first seems happy to do this. This could actually be a male. Is it a male who takes Archie to school? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's a male, not a woman. Will this person, you know, ever disclose this? I don't think so, you know, probably because they're tied down or feel they're tied down with an NDA. So now is not the right time, but I do believe this has been going on for just under 3 years. So this is a person. Who is this person? I don't think it's the person that's unreliable. I feel like this was only supposed to happen for so long. And it's Meghan and Harry, you know. He thought there was he's doing the right thing for these. And now he realises, you know, this isn't the case. If you remember a couple of years ago, we wouldn't have been going, you know, they've done so much damage afterwards. They've done so much damage afterwards, and now it's made this person feel like, oh my God, well, you are stuck in that situation. I mean, he's, you know, this guy is hoping that there'll be an end to this situation and that he can carry on with his own life, because right now he's having to take Archie and his fake name everywhere. How does this pet guy feel about taking Archie to school under a fake name? Well, he knows he's in trouble. It's almost like breaking the law when you think about it. It's not when you think about it, it is. These are poor decisions that he's made to go along with it. It's definitely a man here. Definitely. He's going to do something about it. He wants out. You know, he wants out and he's going to have to do something about it. Poor decisions, you know, can cost you dearly. He needs, it's like in his head now, he no longer wants to go ahead with it. It's like, you know, he's at odds with himself. He's probably got a missus as well. who won't be happy about this, because of course everybody's going to think it's odd. But some people, because they think they're rich and famous and the royals, that this is maybe, you know, general practice, common practice in this situation, because you've never come in a situation like that. You've never worked for ex-royals, Harry and Meghan. You've never been in the royal system where there's so much press and pressure. Okay, so I think somebody close to them as well, close, but you see him for who they are. What's the outcome for this male, and is he going to, you know, do, what's he going to do? You know, what's the outcome for this guy taking Archie to school under a fake name and with a fake date of birth? What is the outcome for this guy? What will he do? He'll go to Harry. Oh, Harry tries to reassure him that this is okay, this is the way it's done, telling this guy, you know, what he wants to hear, obviously, but this guy knows how Harry will come across. So I think, you know, he's definitely got shaky knees over this. How will this guy, so he goes to him, but then what happens? He goes to him and, you know, I think he'll stop working. I think he'll stop working for them. And I'm real pleased, because this begs the next question then. What will this, you know, he's going to take action. He can't continue as it is. There's been a lot of controversy, you know, fraud accusations between launched at Harry and Meghan, wrongdoings, you know, just the way they are. It's got worse in the last couple of years, and he's thinking, I can't cope with this, I cannot continue, you know, it's fraud, I'm perpetrating fraud. He will have talked to somebody very close of him, and the woman would likely say, you know, well, you know, don't you think it's a bit odd? I told you it was a bit odd at the beginning, but you wouldn't listen. So he's going to sack himself. And then what will Harry and Meghan do after he has sacked himself? They will still continue. They will still continue. So I don't know how they do this. Okay, so there's somebody that they know. These are people they know, either people they know or people that work for them. So, you know, that they'll find a way. They'll find a way. They'll come up with ideas together, mainly Meghans. And then, you know, they'll find a future relationship. So, you know, maybe daddy can't row anymore, so we send a woman in instead who's the mother, you know. But it's not Meghan, okay? Has Meghan been attending these schools and nurseries for Archie? Absolutely not. No one would want to deal with her anyway, but, you know, she's done untold damage by the way that she's behaved, and that I mean, she can't go now, can she? She can't just roll up and say, Archie. I'm telling you, was the reporter who did the story for The Cut or whatever it is, you know, Alison, whatever, did she actually see Meghan take Archie to school or pick him up? No. No, don't believe in yourself at all, you know. She asked about it, but there was no response. So I think, you know, talking about things, there's no way she picked him up and put him in the car and then went and fed homeless people, okay? Not from school, anyway. So she's very destructive, so she won't be able to go. Because she set herself up as well. And if anybody else picks your child up from nursery, you know, it's in the UK, in other European countries, and also in the States, you have to be on that pick-up list and approved, or else you're not getting that child. And that is obviously due to, like, custody disputes and, well, worse, isn't it? You know, worse. People with bad intentions. How does Archie feel about having 2 birthdays and 2 names? Well, he's always having to be on his guard. You know, Meghan and Harry will probably criticise him when he gets their name wrong, or when he says about the birthdays, you know. I think he gets spoiled a lot as well for doing this. In defence, if he was being defensive, it's because he doesn't understand, you know. But my name's so-and-so. My name's Archie. It's not so-and-so. And it's like, it gets criticised as well. So he's always on guard. You know, having a 5-year-old, having something to worry about and feeling pressurised, you know, and being criticised for when he gets it wrong. It's terrible. No, I'm not here staring up, you know, like bad feeling and worry against Archie. I've no doubt that there are other people around him who console him, who support him, who love him, cherish him. He will have more, just like his dad, actually. He will have more, better relationships and thoughts of the staff, you know, look after him. The nanny, like, you know, Harry loved the nanny that looked after him and William, you know. So there is some common grounds here, you know, common situations, unforeseen consequences, you know. How will Archie feel about Meghan as his mother in the future? So, you know, he may want to venture off on his own, but he's always going to be tied to Harry and Meghan. They're the ones that, you know, will support him financially, which puts him in a strong position socially as well. But I'm not seeing any love here, you know. I'm not seeing any respect. I'm just seeing taking and having what is rightfully mine, you know. So, again, quite self-entitled. But you know what? I love Archie. He's got a real good energy around him. So it doesn't matter what they form and think. Yeah, he may feel entitled to other stuff, but he's not evil. He's not nasty. He's not mean. You know, he's a good kid. He'll be a good kid despite everything that he's had to endure. Okay then, so last card, yes or no, you know. Will this all be revealed at some point? There's a storm brewing. You know, if light was true, it looks like it's escaping in the form of electric. So you've got, you know, something on electric, that could be social media, TV, but because it's that way inclined, you know, you've got a ticking time bomb there. I've got somebody who's like, reminds me of the Two of Pentacles, you know, somebody on their bike pedaling away, like, you know, the witches in the Wizard of Oz. Oh, I love that film. And then London as well. It's, you know, it's trouble. It's all down to mechanics as well. But something in writing not seen yet. I absolutely believe that this will come out, even if it's in somebody's book, because I'm getting wisdom here and letters, like a typewriter kind of style thing, typing away, so that could be a keyboard. And there's holes in the stories of a few people, especially Harry and Meghan. How, I know I said last card, but I won't. Just next one, that's it. You know, what will be the outcome? So I guess this person is writing something, and as yet it's all ready to go, but not just seen. So we asked, would it come out? I think that, you know, I think it the words are already written. How will this person feel after they've released it? It must be a book then, you know, with an author, you know, somebody was talking to this person. Is this regarding a relationship to an author? Absolutely. Ha ha ha, all about the family home, and it focuses on their children as well. And despite, you know, all the things that I have discussed today, you know, these children are smiling a lot, so they're happy. It doesn't mean to say, you know, it could be a grandma or a grandparent that they enjoy spending time with as well. So they're just, you know, but they are growing up so fast. And you know, I just feel like they're real close. And I'm getting son, you know, so Harry's son. Archie's the son. Harry. So I feel like, you know, the connection is more, and this is something that comes in the future, guys, okay? This is nothing we're talking about in the past. But I do feel like you will hear that Harry is more the parent than Meghan is. I guess Meghan feels, you know, at this point in time, or as some people do, is that, oh, well, it's all right, they're too young. When they're older, either they'll understand or I'll do more with them, you know. There's not much to do, so I might as well crack on with work, and they'll understand later. Well, they won't understand. What they will feel is that, you know, they never saw the mum much, and when they did, she was always arguing, and that when they saw daddy on his own, he was happy, and then when he's with, you know, their mum, he kind of changes. Okay, guys, that's it from me. It's been, well, it's been nice to enjoy a straightforward reading, even in complicated situations. So just a quick update on my mum. But I will have to say, you know, yes, I'm doing private readings. If you want to go in the description box, the link is there. And also you can go on to www.bigfatpsychic.com. I don't know why people don't see it, but if you have different devices and formats, then you know I watch stuff on my TV, and It's so complicated to get to the description boxes. So I totally understand, you know. And if you email me, I'll tell you the same. Okay, I'll tell you the same. And yeah, so a quick update on my mum. Well, as you can gather, the last few weeks, I've not been doing many readings, and that is because, you know, she's very, very poorly. She's dementia with COPD for end stage for both. Was told she was classed as actively dying a couple of weeks ago. She ended up back in hospital with, you know, pneumonia. She's had COVID. I just don't know how this woman has survived, but I do know this. Terrible, 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 like, going down. She just sits with her head down, her eyes open, you know, and I don't know what she's looking at, maybe her hands, I don't know, but that's how she spends most of her time. You walk in the room and she'll say, I'll say, hello, and she says, hello, and she does it to my husband, but I absolutely know that that is something like a behaviour that is automatic, okay, when you see somebody, because seconds later, yeah, you can't get a word out of her, and just shame. You know, I told you before, all this, you start off wanting to save her and heal her, make her better, and you can't, you know, you can't. And in the end now, it's just like the pain that she's in. It's very difficult to watch, isn't it? And I think we have a lot of guilt because we just want our mum to pass away pain-free, out of, you know, all this. It's terrible. And then she could decide whether she's coming back or not, but actually she said she wasn't before, so yeah, it's sad she doesn't say my name now. And I know there's loads of people who go through this as well, and I totally, you know, 100% respect for you. It's hard work, isn't it, you know. But I've been lucky enough to have all the time that I did with her, and memories as well. And so we'll just see, you know, we'll just see. But yeah, so we don't know how long, but I can't believe she's gone on, made it this far, to be fair. But I think she's slipping into that sleepy, where I think that happens before a passing as well. I don't know, it's just she's breathing, but she's gone, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I haven't said anything, because it's all depressing and it gets me down. It upsets us all, and we just have to keep doing what we're doing, and that's being there for her. Okay, guys, that's it from me. I'll be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.